time. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. And welcome everyone online as well. My name is Leslie Giannetti, and I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner in this community. I'm the MC today because our beloved senior minister, Reverend Mary Murray Shelton, is taking a little vacation time to be with her new grandson. So we do have a special speaker today that I'll be introducing in a few minutes. And what we like to do, the way we start every Sunday is we like everyone to kind of stand up and greet your neighbor, please, or introduce yourself to someone maybe that you haven't met. Okay, everyone, let's please return to our seats. We are a very loving community. We love to hug each other. So I'd like to begin by introducing our guest musician today. It's Amy Steinberg. She's a Posey Award-winning singer and songwriter and storyteller. She's moved with her family from Boston to Florida when she was a little girl, and there she began studying music and theater at age 4. She's currently based in Asheville, North Carolina, where she is the creatrix of the House of Love and Light, an online spiritual community, which Amy is grateful to be with us today, and we're grateful to have her. So please stand for the opening song.
Good morning, Golden Gate. It's me, Amy Steinberg. This is a song of mine. I thought we could start today out with some abundance. That's what brings us so much peace, remembering the abundance that surrounds us everywhere. So I hope you'll learn this one with me this morning. It goes like this. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You are being blessed by, I am being blessed by, we are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance. Yeah, all right, so that's the whole song, so I'll guide you through it. You are taken care of, I am taken care of by the Spirit of love. Here we go. You are taken care of, I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You're being blessed. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance, to live in abundance, yeah, to live in abundance, yeah, yeah. You are taken care of. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. Yeah.
So now's the time for us to go within. Please turn off your cell phones for the opening prayer by our beloved licensed spiritual practitioner, Rick Walt.
Good morning. I invite you to close your eyes, put your feet on the floor, and just ground to Holy Mother Earth. And breathe in tranquility and grace. And exhale anything that isn't. Right here, right now, in this perfect moment. Right here, right now. I am that we call God the creator of the creative law that we here as religious scientists know how to put into motion. And so right here, right now, I invite us all to open our hearts, our minds, to the words of wisdom spoken today by our beloved Katherine Saux. And to feel at home in this community. To feel the oneness, the love. For we are all magnificent manifestations of God in form right here, right now, in this perfect moment. So knowing that this is the truth of who we are, it is the truth of who I am. I know that today is touching, that the word is well received, blessed, knowing indeed that this is a great service. And I, for one, am so grateful that I am here right now. I know that this is the truth. I put this into that law. I release this word into that law. For I know it is the truth of who each and every one of us is. And I invite us all to say, and so it is.
Love is calling me home. Love has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. Love asks nothing more, no, yeah. Peace is calling me home. Peace has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. Peace asks nothing more. I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace and love. I am filled with peace. I am filled with peace and love. Joy is calling me home. Joy has opened the door. Come nothing more, nothing more. Feeling the peace, feeling the joy, feeling the love. Love is calling me home. Love has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. Love asks nothing more. Peace asks nothing more. Joy, joy, joy asks nothing more. Calling me home.
Well, now it's my honor to introduce Reverend Katherine Saux, who was a staff minister for years in Oakland, and she is easing her way into retirement now. I want you to know she's a renowned writer of Science of Mind for the Science of Mind magazine over the years. Spirit just pours out of her, but her claim to fame and ours is that she was ordained as a minister right here in 2018. So welcome, Reverend Katherine Saux. Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Hi, everybody. It is so good to be back again. To my other spiritual family. Hello, everybody who is out there viewing remotely as well. September, what a great day, what a great month, what a great week to talk about peace. And that was a lovely song that our musician sang. And so this month so far, I think you've heard about waking up to oneness, and then you've heard about pieces into peace, right? So I'm glad to continue this theme today, to talk about peace, because I'm here to tell you, truly, there is no place like Om. We're going to begin with the basics. What is Om? Well, the word Om is defined by the Hindu scriptures as being, get this, the original vibration of the universe. And by chanting Om, the Hindu say, and it's now, I think, a pretty much universal spiritual practice, the mind becomes aligned with the breath, and then the sound becomes the stillness. And these things enable a person to enter an elevated state of consciousness. So, that's the story. So let's take another step back then. According to the Hindu scriptures, which are thousands of years old, Om is the original vibration of the universe. Very nice concept, feels really good. But is something that was taught thousands of years ago as truth holding valid today? I'm glad you asked. Okay, because listen to this. This is so cool. In this 21st century, scientists have discovered something that rattled their cages. They say that the earth is humming, not just a noise, but a deep, deep music, singing, a churning out of a tune without the aid of batteries or electric guitars or anything else. And that they say that this constant deep hum, this thrum, which is looping around the planet, can't be heard by human ears, but it circles the globe. And it creates what they call an otherworldly music. And they still can't figure out why it happens or where it's coming from. But get this, when they put the instruments to it, what all of this swirling sound sounds like is Om. Exactly. And that's for real. And get this, there's something even more. What the earth is doing, chanting Om, is perfectly normal, because scientists and astrophysicists have found that all planets and stars and moons and quasars and whirlpool galaxies are doing the same thing. The entire universe is vibrating and humming. So that old poetic phrase, the music of the spheres, is scientifically accurate. And I dearly love when 21st century science reaffirms ancient wisdom. So, now I'm going to take a jump here, and it's going to sound like I'm going off topic, but believe me, stay with me and I'll bring it back together, okay? Now, Om, peace. Let's go back to peace now. We all know, despite Leo Tolstoy, that peace is not the absence of war, right? Or the opposite of war. In fact, peace isn't a political statement at all. It is more a state of mind, a philosophical approach or a spiritual quality that we can adapt that allows us to approach all the things that life throws at us with equanimity. It's a way of being that allows us to withstand those slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. So basically, peace is an inside job. It's a singularity. It's something that is created one person by one person by one person at a time. In fact, our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, peace is always at the center of our own soul. Yes, and there have been, and continue to be, I think, times when I can't seem to get a grip on my thoughts. And I have spiraled down into negative emotions, things like fear and anxiety, anger and blame, all that good stuff, hopelessness. Sometimes, and not quite as dire and gloomy and dim, it's just that my thoughts won't turn off. You know, they're so busy spinning around that I can't seem to focus on a moment, much less sit in meditation. Oh boy. Now, Howard Thurman, who I know many of you have read, nailed it with one of his great meditations, because when I read this, I went, oh, does he get me? I'm going to read just a part of this. The quietness of thy temple of silence again and again rebuffs us. For some, there is no discipline to hold them steady in the waiting, and the minds reject the noiseless invasion of spirit. For some, there is no will to offer what is central in the thoughts because the confusion is so manifest, there is no starting place to take hold. And for some, the evils of the world tear down all concentration and scatter the focus of high resolve. Do any of those situations sound familiar to you? They all sound familiar to me. Right? But what does any of this have to do with Om? See, I told you I'd bring it back. Okay, chanting Om. It's a tool, a spiritual practice tool that helps us quiet and focus our minds. When we become still, when our thoughts settle, and the cloudiness of our churning waters becomes the clarity of a still mountain lake, we can harness the energy of the infinite presence in ways that allow us to create what we want in our lives. So that peace is a force, it's a power. It's not a static or still thing. In the very stillness of what it is, its energy moves the universe, right? Remember, by chanting Om, we are aligning ourselves with the original vibration of the universe, and that is powerful indeed. So, talking a lot about this, but I'd like us to take a few moments to do it. Okay? I mean, chant, that is. Let's align. Let us resonate. Let us vibrate. Let us use sound to create stillness. Are you willing to play with me? Yeah, great. Okay, great. So this is how it's going to go. And I'm going to ask the people who are out there watching this on Zoom, unmute yourselves when the time comes, because that way your voices will be heard in this room as well. So this is how we're going to do it. Even though it feels a little bit awkward to me, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do this by doing Om 3 times by myself, and I want you to simply settle in. Let it begin to work through you. And then we're going to pause, and I'm going to say, all, and then we're going to follow, using me as a cue, we're all going to chant another 3 rounds of Om. Are you willing? Great. Okay. So let yourselves drop away. And I'm going to take a breath. And now please join me. Let's just take a moment to feel the energy in the room now. Thank you. I have chanted Om on my own many times over the years, and it has never failed to do what it promises. Align me in that stillness and to quiet my turbulent mind. As Anglican priest and Welsh poet R.S. Thomas said, "The silence holds with its gloved hand the wild hawk of the mind." Those Welsh poets. So yes, it is an individual, singular, personal, intimate touching of the deep peace. And this month, what our headquarters, our national organization, the Centers for Spiritual Living, is encouraging us to do is to cultivate peace, not within just ourselves, but collectively as a community, okay? They want to help us talk about and make peace a collective experience instead of a private respite from the world. So let's talk about bringing Om into our home here at Golden Gate. You know, here we can make this beautiful place, this community, what they call a peace sangha. Right? Now, sangha is a Sanskrit word from the Buddhist and yogic traditions that says this is a spiritual community, a place where people come together to support each other's spiritual growth and to practice a culture of love. We also call it the beloved community, and it can be done. And as you all know, I'm sure, for praying or meditating individually, and then in groups, when we come together and we interweave our energies with spiritual intention, the power of what we do expands exponentially. I could feel it when we chanted together. I felt a very palpable and tangible and real vibration that was unifying and powerful. When we act as a sangha, our prayers seem stronger. Our meditations go deeper. When we join hearts and souls to vibrate in unison with Om, as Om, we unleash a power of peace that is incredibly new and wonderful and far more powerful than war. Now, Sangha is community, being together. And in this country, during the pandemic, spiritual communities went dark. We had to. We had to close the doors and then open the technology so that all we could do was come together virtually. And at least we could do that much, but I have to tell you, I still felt very much alone. Now, over the past few years, as we've begun to come back together again without fear, and we've begun to reconnect, which is, oh, thank God for that, I think for many of us, we are still grappling with, and I include myself in this, with a residual sense of isolation. I heard somebody say, yeah. So for many of us, the habit of staying home, alone and safe, has been a little hard to break. And I think that's been reinforced because in our culture here in America, we have always held up what I heard in high school called rugged individualism. Did anybody ever hear that from civics class or something like that? We really laud and praise the strong, independent person, the person who can pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and ask for nothing from anybody. Okay? Well, I think perhaps when we were shut in, rugged individualism became our predominant mindset. Me instead of we. And I don't mean that in a way that says we were uncaring or greedy. It was just simply the way it was. I had to pay attention to me, right? So I got used to being alone. I imagine many of us did, even those who are the extroverts of the world. But despite praise and admiration for that rugged individual, the people who are so independent and strong, the truth is, we humans are a social, communal animal. We are beings who are interdependent, and we have to be together to thrive. There is an African saying that I love that I think says this very well. It says, alone we can go faster. Together we can go farther. And then there is another ancient African word, Ubuntu, which means, we translate it as humanity to others. And it really kind of breaks down to reminding us that I am what I am because of who we all are. So I think our African brothers and sisters have a lot to teach us about Sangha and community and the power of being interdependent. They understand this a lot better than many cultures, I think. And I love the fact that when I become peace, I can then weave myself into and with the energy of others, so that in our spiritual community, the sum of our power, like that, is far more than the total of our individual contributions. Again, chanting Om. No one voice stands out, but the resonance is all-embracing. I've talked about peace as a real power. Well, get this. Here we back to science again. I love to meld science and spirituality because to me there is no contradiction. There have been several studies that have clearly demonstrated the power of a community that comes together with an intention and a purpose of lifting their hearts and their souls together in peace for a purpose. And in so doing, there have been tangible, quantifiable effects that show crime was reduced in major cities while and when this happened. So, peace in the micro becomes peace in the macro. On the micro level, sometimes when I'm alone and I feel empty or dry, I'll call somebody. I'll turn to my practitioner or a minister friend or my prayer partner, and I'll ask for help. I'll ask to join my heart with theirs, to join my prayers with theirs. And when I do this, I'm asking to be heard and loved. And the outcome has never failed to do this: uplift my heart, ease my burden, quiet my soul. Our coming together in a quiet and peaceful way in this state of consciousness amplifies and uplifts not only me, but the person I have asked for help from. It's reciprocal. It just loops our earth in this beautiful song. If it works that well for just 2 people, imagine what it can do for 20 or 50 or 100 or more. Right? As I said, there is power in community. When people join together with the intention of becoming peace, together, they create a peace that can move the world. It becomes a healing force, not just a quiet respite from the noise of the world. And although quiet meditation is perfectly wonderful, and I love it for each individual, I am talking about the world here, which definitely needs every scrap of peace we can emit. Now, here in CSL, we have a number of different events that have asked us to come together as sanghas to create that peace. You're familiar with some of them, the World Healing Peace Meditation that we do every year, the Season for Nonviolence. There are others, and I'm sure that as they appear and approach, Reverend Mary will be sharing those with you. Because being a sangha dedicated to peace, it can even do things for the Middle East if we do it right. So that shall be coming. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you to start here and now within yourself. I'm going to ask you to use Om to help you still your mind and quiet your thoughts. Those beautiful Oms on the great altar that we have here. Great altars here. You know, the idea is to become still, to let the song of the universe, which is Om, carry you beyond hearing into silence, in the silence of all that is. In closing, I'm going to quote Thomas Merton. Innocent of questions and beyond answers, I, solitude, am thine own self. I, nothingness, am thy all. I, silence, am thy amen. Or omen. And so it is. Thank you. So let's use Om now to move into prayer, shall we? Om. 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 And in that prayer, what I know for each of us and all the world is the totality of love, the power of peace, and the yes of all that is, for the better, the greater, the good. To know that each of us here today creates universes that are filled with love and joy, kindness and comfort. I give thanks for knowing that this morning in this service, we have come together to both experience and give it away, love and peace. And the farther we give it, the more it returns to us, looping, swirling, and churning, like the universal vibration of the universe itself within each one of us, an individualized expression of God. That is my truth. I know it is the truth for all beings, and God, it makes me happy. And so I give thanks. I rest in it. I open to it, and I simply allow it to be all that is. And if this works for you, please join me by anchoring it and sealing the contract by saying together, and so it is. Thank you. We'll do the affirmation. Is that time? Okay. Is there an affirmation up there? Let me step to the side then for a moment. Please say this out loud, all right? The world is loud, but the silence of my peace is total. Stillness keeps me, silence nurtures me. All is well with my soul, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Katherine Saux. Well, so now's the time for our Om offering. It's our conscious giving. So whatever you give today, whether you do so automatically or online, cash or check, what's important is what's in your heart when you give. What's your intention to be love-filled? So will the ushers please come forward? And let's please hold our gift over our heart as we say the blessing together. This gift is God in action. I now send it forth to bless and to prosper. I know that everywhere it goes, it is creating a world living in love, one heart and one thought at a time, and so it is. Go ahead. We'll welcome back Amy.
I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest, and I can undress the moment naked time unwinds beneath my mind, and from within I find the kind of beauty only I can find. Yeah. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am, surrendering so willingly to be the perfect me inside this now, and truly how else could it be? Destiny, she blesses me. Destiny, she blesses me. And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, well, love takes me back to exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am, divinely timed and shining brightly. Yes, I believe that there's a purpose just for me. Yes, I believe that we are light and we shine infinitely. Oh, I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am, not aimlessly existing. See, I am in perfect harmony with universal energy, and I am truly free when I accept my own divinity. Look at me closely, tell me exactly what you see. If you are paying attention, you will now begin ascension of the mind. Why? Well, because if you look at me just right, you see a kiss. It took a kiss to make this breath exist. The intersection of my mother's and father's lips to touch, twist, perfect what came next to produce me. Yes, look at me and you will see the breeze it took to shake the leaves to make my mother's hair move. My father dare touch it and say, please, may I have a kiss? Yes, the breeze made me exist. And if you want to get even deeper into this right now, when you look at me, you will see a big old cloud. That's right. The cloud it took to form the storm, to make the breeze, to shake the leaves, to inspire the lip lock as a raindrop will pop up out of these words. You heard me right. Look at me close enough, you'll see a dark, stormy night. And what is night? Well, night ain't night without its polar opposite of sunlight. So if you watch the way my hands sway, you see the light of day. And every day is a testament to the sediment of the earth's core. It's ever spinning enormous force. So when you look at me just right, you see a spark of the source. But the most fascinating thing about this, and it's true, you look at me just right, you see you. It's only what you perceive, how you believe, the space between you and me that creates reality. So when I sing, you can feel it. When I cry, you can heal it. When I speak words, you can be the words I speak by singing them with me. Peace, love, free. 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 And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, well, fate takes me back to exactly where I need to be. And when I am all alone and full of fear, I just remember the rising sun always appears, and every day miracles that I see. Will you take me back? Yes, you take me back. Oh, you take me back to exactly where I need to be, right here, right now. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. One more time. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am at Golden Gate Center. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I want to welcome those of you who are here for the first time and let you know that there's a little gift waiting for you at the welcome table in the back where Galen is standing. Just fill out the little blue welcome card inside the welcome envelope and turn it into that table, and you'll be given a free book as your thank you for attending today. And we hope that you've enjoyed the morning celebration, and we look forward to seeing you again. And we're grateful to everyone who helped today to make Sunday service possible with love and Om. And we especially want to give a shout out to our beloved Reverend Katherine Saux for her beautiful talk. So a few announcements. Let's see. So next Sunday is Bring a Guest and New Member Sunday. Both are happening simultaneously on the 22nd. So please bring a guest, neighbor, your barber, anyone, and we'll have some new members here, and you're just gonna love everybody up next week. And also, San Francisco Marin Food Bank, a sacred service at the Santa Fe Warehouse on October 8th from noon to 2, and Ellen Nicosia is our team leader. Do you want to just give a wave, Ellen? Thank you. Thank you for doing that for so many years. And Reverend Mary is going to teach a class called Consciousness and the Creative Process, a 6-week certified Science of Mind class, Tuesdays, September 24th on Zoom, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and there still is a special price. Registration is still open. You can register on our website. And there's going to be a celebration of life for our beloved Sue Ruda, licensed practitioner, and it will be held here during the Sunday celebration on the 29th. Her daughters are going to provide a light lunch for all of us, so please sign up the attendance list at the back table so that they will know how much food to bring. And I also want to have one more announcement that we've got the Ukraine table and the heart cards set up for everyone to go to after service today and fill out a few heart cards. So now, as we close our morning celebration, I'd like to invite all the prayer practitioners to surround the room. And as a reminder, our licensed prayer practitioners are spiritual mentors, many of whom have private practices and can provide full sessions to each of you if you're interested. Each week, the practitioner at the prayer table, they're available for prayer immediately following service. And I encourage you to take advantage of a gift of prayer. Don't leave here with a burden on your heart. There's also a prayer box on the table I want to bring to your attention where you can write a prayer request and put it into that box, and the prayer practitioners on the table will pray over it for a full week. There's also a prayer tab on our website that you can log on to and put in a prayer request. So now, our practitioners are going to bless us all with a chamber of prayer where they pray individually and at the same time to uplift and bless the whole community enveloped in divine love. So please open your hearts and open your mind to the Om. Please begin, practitioners. And so it is. Thank you very much, practitioners. So now let's please stand for the closing blessing and song together. Here's the blessing. I now walk so that whoever walks beside me dwells in the presence of God, and whoever places a hand in mine is lifted, and whoever thinks of me is illumined with God consciousness. For spirit and all people and I are one eternally, and so it is.
Thanks so much for having me again. I thought this Ricky Byers song would be a wonderful closer for us today. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. And that peace, come on. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. Let's end with the love. One more time, the love. We let the love. We let the love. Come on. Wash over us. Yeah, come on. We let it be.